Mother sheep shaved off all the wool from her lamb, hoping to knit a warm wool sweater for him. Unfortunately, before the sweater could be finished, the lamb passed away. Before ascending to heaven, all the little lambs must cross a long little river, and all the possessions they carry will vanish along the way. Since the lamb left, the mother sheep has become listless, lying in bed every day, gloomy and despondent. The mailman knocked on the door, but she picked up the knitting needle from the ground and threw it away, not wanting to see anyone at all. Every corner of the house is filled with the shadow of her lamb, and the mother sheep remains trapped in the sorrow of her lamb's departure. Seeing his mother like this from the clouds, the lamb felt really uneasy and couldn't bear to leave. So, while waiting in line, he borrowed an electric shaver from a nearby sheep ant, and quickly ran away to hide in the depths of the clouds, where he gradually shaved off his own wool. However, when he ran back to return the shaver, it caught the attention of the wolf guard. The wolf guard spread his wings and flew to the lamb's side, and the lamb hurriedly followed the line ahead. Not noticing anything unusual, the wolf guard flew back to his post. Taking advantage of the moment, the lamb ran back to the clouds. Imitating his mother, he rolled the shaved wool into strands of yarn. Outside, the line of little lambs kept changing, and the yarn in the lamb's hands grew longer and longer. After an unknown amount of time, the lamb fell into a deep sleep beside the yarn he was rolling. When he woke up, he continued to twist the yarn, throwing the finished yarn down from the clouds, and began to climb down to the ground. He wanted to return to his mother and say goodbye in person. A gust of wind blew, and the lamb swung the yarn in the wind. Thankfully, nothing went wrong, and he safely reached the ground, eagerly running home. He passed through the door, and once again hugged his mother tightly, finally returning to her side. But no matter how much he waved, his mother couldn't see him, and he became anxious, not knowing what to do. Just then, the wolf guard chased after him again. The wolf guard forcefully dragged the little lamb away from its mother. The little lamb desperately waved goodbye to its mom. It knew that this farewell would be forever. At that moment, the mother sheep gently touched the spot where the little lamb had just lain, and memories of the little lamb flooded back in an instant. Back then, the little lamb always loved to hold a storybook and have her read to him. Every night, he fell asleep listening to his mom's stories. He asked her to make him a little crown, so he could become a prince and protect his mom. She promised to knit him a wool sweater, but before it was finished, he left, recalling the little lamb's hopeful expression. The mother sheep took out the half-finished wool sweater from under the bed. After many days, she stepped outside once more, sitting under the eaves, to continue knitting the unfinished wool sweater for her little lamb. At this moment, the little lamb was taken back to the clouds by the wolf guard. Sitting dejectedly at the back of the line, the little river was getting closer and closer, and he was next to ascend to heaven. Just then, the mother sheep finished knitting the sweater in her hands, holding it high up, and in the next moment, the sweater appeared on the little lamb. The little lamb was overjoyed, knowing that his mom had finally pulled herself together, and he could leave with peace of mind. Turning back, the little lamb suddenly noticed that the area behind the wolf guard had gone completely bald, for he had always known the little lamb's thoughts. So, while he slept, he secretly plucked the fur from behind him, weaving a path for him to return home. The wolf guard waved his staff, and the yarn vanished, causing all the little lambs to lose their belongings as they crossed the river. But when the little lamb crossed the river, his crown disappeared, yet the wool sweater remained. Because love has never been an external possession, it is the only thing that can transcend life and death and endure forever.